Welcome back. I'm Uday Pratap Singh. You're joining us on NewsX. Prime Minister Narendra Modi's rally in Dadar Shivaji Park is expected to begin any time now. This rally by Prime Minister is expected to set the stage for the battle for Maharashtra and particularly for Mumbai. The rally will be attended by both Chief Minister Eknath Shinde and Deputy CM Devendra Fadnavis. So far, the battle in Maharashtra has been over promises made to women, the caste survey promise of the Congress, and the Prime Minister accusing them of dividing backward classes and coining the term "Ek hai to safe hai." But in a week, it's going to be over to the voter who will decide what they will vote for and who they will vote for. All eyes for now on the heart of Mumbai and Dadar, where PM Modi will hold his mega election rally. But what impact will this have on Maharashtra elections is something we're tracking. We have a special panel joining us now live. Let's open it up. Chaitanya Singh, spokesperson NCP, Ajit Pawar faction is live with us. Bhavna Sharma Jain, spokesperson Congress, joins us live. Gargi Nandi Roy, political analyst, is live with us. Jasmine Sandavalia, spokesperson BJP, is also live on the broadcast with us. Jasmine Sandavalia, the Prime Minister is your biggest star campaigner. What impact is likely from this rally by PM in one of the most iconic venues of Maharashtra electorally, the Shivaji Park in Dadar?
Well, for the BJP, the Prime Minister has always been a superstar campaigner, and he's going to be addressing a mammoth gallery, which is going to begin any moment now. We are very, very sure and confident that the people of Mumbai are going to vote for us, and they believe that the Prime Minister, Mr. Modi, is a statesman and not just a Prime Minister, not just a politician, but a man who has a vision for a progressive and an India which is going to emerge as a major power in the world. And we are very hopeful and confident that we will be forming the government very soon in Mumbai, in Bombay.
Come in here. How confident are you that the Prime Minister is going to get votes for your alliance? Is this likely to impact your alliance candidates as well? And as far as Maharashtra is concerned, what are your reports suggesting? Which way is the wind blowing?
Was that question addressed to me?
Yes.
Okay. So look, Uday, there is no doubt that Mumbai is often referred to as the city where dreams come true. Our Prime Minister, Mr. Narendra Modi, is somebody who comes from nowhere, and it's the love of the people that has position which he is in today. And there is no doubt that wherever Mr. Modi is campaigning, is definitely going to help the alliance form a government, form a strong government for Maharashtra, and work for the people. So the people of Maharashtra, and not only Maharashtra, but the people of the country are with Mr. Narendra Modi. And yes, his wherever he is going, it's definitely going to benefit all the candidates of the Mahayuti.
Okay, Bhavna Sharma Jain, come in here. As far as, of course, the Congress is concerned, how do you view this? He is, of course, a star campaigner for the BJP. You also, I'm sure, cannot deny that. But as far as the overall picture for Maharashtra is concerned, what are your reports suggesting? Is it looking good or is it looking close? Bhavna.
Clear that Prime Minister came over and over again in the Lok Sabha elections, and Maharashtra outrightly rejected him. It was very, very clear mandate given in just 6 months ago. So Prime Minister comes to Maharashtra and uses a divisive agenda, projects a divisive agenda. He is seeking retribution. He talks about going to the Raigad fort, tells another sob story to seek retribution for what he happened 8 months ago when he inaugurated, for another election, he inaugurated Shivaji Maharaj's statue, which got blown to bits in just the first storm. So he is trying to appease the people of Maharashtra, but people of Maharashtra have rejected the divisive politics of BJP and RSS. They have clearly given a mandate in favor of the Mahavikas Aghadi in the Lok Sabha, and you will see the similar mandate in the upcoming election. Mumbai especially has been shortchanged by them. What Mumbai has essentially been sold, Dharavi has essentially been sold to Mr. Modi's dear friend Adani, and where it is very clear what Mumbai people have made up their mind that they will root out this corrupt government which is owned by the few businessmen in this country, and people will root that government out and bring Mahavikas Aghadi to power.
Jasmine, quick response, and then I'll get in Gargi Nandi Roy.
Person when she accuses us of corruption. I also want to remind her that Congress is one political party which is absolutely mired in corruption. And I'm not going to waste anybody's time by naming all the scandals which for 6.5 decades India faced due to generations of rule of the Gandhi family. I also want to bring it to her notice that when she talks about decisive and dividing people, it was the Congress which has always played the card of religion. What did they do in 1984? What did they do to the Sikhs? So let's not get into this. BJP does not believe in dividing people. We are all Indians and we believe in a decisive government for Maharashtra, and the people of Maharashtra are definitely going to vote for us. Time will tell.
Okay. Now, as far as, of course, Gargi Nandi Roy, your analysis is concerned of the situation on ground. Firstly, of course, what impact is likely in Mumbai by the Prime Minister's rally today? Also, Gargi, what are you getting the sense of that the Prime Minister will speak about in today's rallies? Which are the issues he's likely to concentrate on that are dominating the Maharashtra campaign rhetoric?
Okay, thank you, Uday. Thank you for inviting. Okay, I think, whatever had happened in Lok Sabha polls, we have seen Haryana also very recently. Now, in Lok Sabha, Congress succeeded in doing some sort of a fear-mongering. But Modi ji strategically, if you see where he did the rallies, Akola, then Nasik, wherever the OBC votes, the SC votes had gone to MPA, he has gone there and he has spoken about the crores of rupees that has been spent for launching of infrastructure. He has spoken about the textile park in Amravati, which will help and prosper the cotton farmers. He has spoken about irrigation projects, which was launched by Mahayuti, and then it was stalled out when the NDA was in power. Then again, after coming back, Mahayuti again started that Nal Ganga and that will interlink the western parts of the Vidarbha. So he has spoken about that. And now the Congress friend, she is talking about Shivaji and whatnot. It is the Congress we have seen. They are trying to divide Hindus on caste basis. They are trying to take away a reservation and give it on religious basis, which is not even accepted in our constitution. And that's why the slogan is the batenge to katenge. And I just heard from the Congress person, she spoke about Shivaji's statue. I'll just remind her of one incident. Rahul Gandhi was given a memoir of Shivaji and Balasaheb when MVF first came into power by Uddhav Thackeray. You know what he did? He came down of the stage and gave those to Balasaheb Thorat and said, chalo dekho ye kya karna hai. So that is the respect of Rahul Gandhi towards both Balasaheb and Shivaji. I'm just reminding my Congress spokesperson. So please don't, this kind of hypocrisy that Congress has been showing and trying to divide people, and Modi ji has been doing it very strategically. The fight is tight here. But yes, post Lok Sabha election, the way RSS also has worked, you cannot deny. See, the RSS BJP combination is a deadly combination. RSS in Maharashtra and Mumbai, they have divided areas. They are going to door, talking to people. The reach of RSS, and Modi ji has spoken about the development, and I think he will speak about all the projects and all, and he will also speak that how these people, the opposition has been dividing people, and how the reservation, because they had done the fear mongering on reservation, that SC/ST's reservation nahi rahega. And I've seen a video, this Rahul Gandhi is showing that red Samvidhan, red constitution. There's a video, when it is open, it is empty basically. So they're showing that constitution. People have realized that BJP has done nothing to amend the constitution or change the constitution. In reality, constitution has been amended 100 times by the Congress. So people have understood that, and now counter to that, they're taking away reservation from the ST. Now People are understanding that SC/ST are being told that their reservation, the OBC reservation, will be taken away and given to the Muslim, as it has been done done in Bengal and Karnataka. If you have seen Karnataka, the letter came out, I think yesterday, where Karnataka MLCs, they have advocated a reservation for Muslims in giving tenders in contracts given for roads and infra. Can you imagine, for bridge and roads, contracts will be given on the basis of religion. So those things are coming out now. So this will have an effect. The fight is tight, but I think Modi ji is coming, and Modi ji, when he talks about the development, he has a separate charisma, and people, it is getting clear to the people. He is clarifying the divisive agenda of Congress. So it is getting more clear to the people now. So this will obviously benefit BJP. Yes.
You must allow me to respond to all three of them.
Okay, please go ahead, Bhavna Sharma.
See, my point is it's very clear that even amongst Mahayuti, there is clear misunderstanding and clear opposition to this line of batenge to katenge. Today itself, their own two leaders have
There is no opposition, madam.
against this line. Because I'll tell you why there is opposition. Let me speak. I didn't speak in
We have a democratic setup. Every partner has
yes.
the right.
So let me finish.
Every partner has the right to put forth their views.
Pankaja Munde today, along with Ajit Pawar ji, 2 days back, have opposed.
Yes, exactly.
Because this is contrary to
Our alliance is
Maharashtra is a
on the
progressive.
same level. As alliance, we are allowed to air our views. Nobody is gagging us.
You have to let me finish.
Please.
Please. I did not intervene when you were talking.
Please.
So it's very much obvious here that that Maharashtra politicians are extremely uncomfortable, even on the Mahayuti side, with this slogan which has been brought in a communal line, which Yogi explained very clearly that it is on communal lines, it is on religious lines, batenge to katenge. He has outrightly explained, and Maharashtra leaders are very uncomfortable in Mahayuti because they know that Maharashtra is a progressive state. In this state,
The very reason that the progressive nature of Maharashtra is going to get them to vote for BJP, madam. They know.
So
The loot that has been carried out
there is so
by
much said
UPA
on
government.
moving this particular line, and Prime Minister Modi,
The progressive people of Maharashtra, they are the ones who are going to bring Mahayuti into power.
Again, you mentioned.
Uday, we also need time.
No, but is Jasmine Sandavalia is then, once again, just Jasmine Sandavalia is caste corruption, women issues, which is the biggest plank? Which is the biggest plank on which you believe that the votes will come in? Jasmine Sandavalia, the question is for you.
Left out.
I want to ask the Congress that what is their stand on 370 articles? What have they done in Jammu and Kashmir?
Why?
Isn't this a shenanigan?
Was been left out.
This is manipulation of time.
Needs their space, and everybody needs.
Uday, we need time to explain ourselves also.
That is why.
Please go ahead, the time is yours. The question was for you. The question was for you.
This is a one-sided debate.
What Congress party has come to, it is very sorry for the state of affairs, and
We will see on the 23rd.
Okay, one at a time. One at a time. The question was for Jasmine Sandavalia. Caste, women issues, corruption. What is the biggest poll plank this time around in Maharashtra?
The biggest question, the biggest thing which the voter is going to think about is progress, his safety, and from where his children, his school, his education, all these things are going to matter. It's going to be a combination of things. And I want to bring one thing to the notice of the Congress spokesperson. They do need to explain, like the Prime Minister in his speech recently in Maharashtra has said, that Congress needs to explain to the nation where it stands on 370 articles. They are playing political shenanigans in
Let's
this
talk
country.
about Maharashtra.
They are in cahoots.
Let's talk about
They are in
Maharashtra.
cahoots with Jammu and
We are
Kashmir.
not
We
going to
want an
mention
India,
we are
and
talking
India
about
has to
Maharashtra.
remain one. And that is what I'm trying to say to you is
Talk
that
about
you cannot
Maharashtra.
divide the
Talk about
country. And
education
you
for
cannot,
Maharashtra.
no, under no circumstances can you get away with murder here. Where is your nationalist spirit? You keep harping. Rahul Gandhi keeps harping on nationalism. Please tell him to explain his viewpoint and his ideology on 370 article. I rest my case on that.
Okay, let me quickly get in Chaitanya Singh. Chaitanya Singh, one second. Bhavna, I'll come back to you. Bhavna, I'll come back to you. Please, you have to allow the others also to have their say. You've been continuously interjecting. I know you're 1 versus 2, but you need to also have patience and hear the others out. Chaitanya Singh, what do you believe is the biggest poll plank this time around for your party? Is it caste? Is it corruption? Is it progress? Is it women voters that you're luring through the schemes that have been introduced? What is the biggest poll plank?
I couldn't hear you. What did you say? What is what?
The biggest poll plank that you're relying on.
Look, our poll plank is nothing but the progress of the people of the state of Maharashtra. We have been working since 1999, actually much before than that. Our leaders, Ajit Dada Pawar, Shri Praful Patel, all the people, the whole party, the rank and file, the very reason that they came and joined hands with the government was that because they wanted to work for the people of Maharashtra. Being in opposition, you cannot. There is to put it straight up to you, in the country, the people of this country are voting for BJP under Modi ji's again and again and again. People need to understand they are absolutely with them. In order to work for the people, we have to be in power. That is why most leaders came together and took this decision of joining the Mahayuti government. Now, our poll plank is nothing. Obviously, we are waiving loans of farmers. We are giving our sisters the Ladli Behan Yojana that is going on. The progress of the state of Maharashtra. That's our only poll plank. Nothing else. Nothing else.
Okay. Yes, Bhavna. Now you can respond. Please go ahead. I'm coming to you, Gargi. Bhavna, the floor is yours.
My point is, this election is about Maharashtra and the aspirations of the people of Maharashtra. It is very clear that BJP has no concern about the aspirations of the people of Maharashtra. All the projects that even Ashish Shelar today highlighted in his teaser are all started with the Congress government. They have just come and cut ribbons and named it their names. All these projects were envisioned and executed and started in execution during the MBA government in Maharashtra, whether it is the Trans Harbour Link, which they have named Atal Setu, whether it is the coastal road or the metro projects. The Metro 1 was finished in 2014 and launched in 2014 by the Congress government. So let's not talk about the vision for progress. My concern is for the youth of Maharashtra whose jobs have been taken away and all the 17 projects have been taken away to Gujarat. My concern is for women of Maharashtra who are facing highest level of price rise and mehngai and inflation here in Maharashtra. 1200 rupees, almost 1200 rupees cylinder is the cost of the cylinder, which was 450 rupees in 2014 when the Congress government was there. So my concern is for women of Maharashtra, my concern is for the youth of Maharashtra, the farmers of Maharashtra. The city of Mumbai is rejected the politics of BJP, which is nothing because they have nothing to show for their or these last 2.5 years of government that they have been and previous 10 years of government that they have had. They don't have anything to show for it, and so hence their divisive agenda comes back. Yogi ji comes back, Modi ji comes back with the batenge to katenge line, communal lines, dividing people on communal lines. That's all they care about. We are talking about giving the rights of the people.
Okay.
We are talking about...
Okay, Gargi Nandy Roy, come in here. You've heard the others. What is your neutral viewpoint? What is the biggest issue this time that people are going to be swayed on to vote on the 20th of November?
The question is for me?
Absolutely.
Okay, obviously, Uday, it will be development, and as already said by my previous commentators, that see the women have got the Ladli Behan. So women have been benefited. I know so many women, they are happy for that. The Ayushman Bharat, any senior citizen above 70 will be getting that. So obviously that will be helping the common people. And the Kishan, for the farmers, and I've already spoken about the irrigation projects, cotton farmers, for the prosperity of the cotton farmer. Crores have been invested for infrastructure launching. What is it? The Atal said so many things. What is my Congress spokesperson saying? And when she talks about dividing, so you think, ma'am, dividing people on caste lines is very fine because that benefits you, because you think the Muslim vote. You think that reservation can be given on the basis of religion, which was absolutely debated in the Constituent Assembly, and it was said, since the country was divided on religious basis, there cannot be any more reservation on religion, and you want to give it even for a reservation for road contractors. What are you talking? What? Tomorrow you will be walking on a bridge, not because, and you'll be scared if Congress is there, because you don't know that who built the bridge, not the person who had the merit or the ability or the efficiency, but because of the religion that contractor got. And when she talks about the conflict in the Mahayuti, there will be, when there are alliances, there will be differences. Accepted. But what about Rahul Gandhi and Uddhav Thackeray, ma'am? On 17th, Bala Saheb ji ki punya tithi hai. Will Rahul Gandhi show respect to Bala Saheb? You remember what Bala Saheb had spoken about Congress? What did he say? Ki after Mughals and the British, it is the countries under an Italian ruler. And I don't, if you know that when, what he said that if the country will be doomed if Congress continues to be in power, and he had even called Congress a party of eunuchs. He criticized, he called Bala Saheb. Chidambaram ji he had criticized for saying about saffron terror. He said that Chidambaram ji doesn't see green terror, he only sees saffron terror. So do you think, ma'am, that Rahul Gandhi, because Punya Tithi hai, your alliance, Uddhav Thackeray, he has got the maximum seats in Mumbai this time. Last time Congress fought 30 seats in Mumbai, 1 in 4 in 2019. BJP won 16 out of 17 seats in Mumbai that BJP had fought in 2019. So on 17th of 2 days after, will Rahul Gandhi show respect to Bala Saheb on the death anniversary? I'm asking, you are in the alliance, you will be you're fighting together. So when you are asking about the conflict in Mahayuti, your contradiction is far bigger.
Okay, we can see live visuals now coming in of Devendra Fadnavis. Devendra Fadnavis, Deputy CM of Maharashtra, is currently addressing that rally. The Prime Minister is expected to speak very, very shortly. Has there been, though, cohesiveness within the alliance? That is again a big question, Chaitanya Singh. Are you, is all well within the alliance? Is everyone cooperating with each other? Is vote transfer going to happen between the players in your alliance? Also, what about the independent candidates? Are they going to harm the Mahayuti, or are they going to harm the Maharashtra Vikas Aghadi?
I'm sorry, there's actually your voice is echoing.
Voice break.
I'm not able to understand. But what basic I got of the question was, yes, like look, the party which is Shiv Sena and BJP still had the they were of the same ideology, at least of what they concerned. Yes, so it was easier for them to come together. But in the case of NCP, there was a little bit of friction, but that is fine. Look, at the end of the day, the ideology, the agenda, the only goal, the aim is the growth and the progress of the people of Maharashtra and the people of India. That is the only ideology and the thing which drives the party and all the parties that are a part of Mahayuti. Yes, every party is an organization in its own, and it has its own ways and means of doing things. So for them to come together, yes, obviously there may be some friction here or there, but the meeting of minds is there, and the alliance is contesting the election with all flair, and it will come out victorious with the love of the people of Maharashtra. Okay.
Yes, yes, Bhavna, quickly, 30 seconds, and then I need to go to the rally. Yes.
What I want to say is that first of all, my earlier friend said about falling bridges. Let's not forget the falling bridges is a character of Gujarat, not of Maharashtra. Number one. Number two, Bala Saheb Thackeray, I just would like to inform her that in the last Shivaji Park rally, which was a India Gathbandhan rally after completion of the Bharat Jodo Nyaya Yatra, I would like to remind you that Rahul ji paid respects to Bala Saheb Thackre's statue by going there. So that issue is very clear where we stand on that. And Bala Saheb Thackeray has supported Congress in the past, whether it was Pratibha Tai Patil and whether it was Pranab Mukherjee's candidature as president. Bala Saheb Thackeray supported
Okay,
the
my
Congress.
thanks to all of our guests for joining us. We've run out of time. Let's go live across now to that big election rally of the BJP in Shivaji Park, Mumbai.
छत्रपति शिवाजी महाराज की जय भवानी. अच्छा, खरं म्हणजे मराठी माणसाच्या स्वाभिमानाची लढाई लढणाऱ्या मुंबई नगरीला आणि मुंबईसाठी हौतात्म्य पत्करलेल्या 105 शहीदांना मी सर्वप्रथम वंदन करतो. आजच्या या आदरणीय मोदी साहेबांच्या उपस्थितीमध्ये महायुतीच्या प्रचार सभेला उपस्थित आपले लोकप्रिय उपमुख्यमंत्री देवेंद्र फडणवीसजी, रामदास आठवलेजी, केंद्रीय मंत्री, सर्व या ठिकाणी आमचे सर्व सहकारी, सर्व उमेदवार आणि मोठ्या संख्येने उपस्थित महायुतीचे कार्यकर्ते, बांधव, भगिनी आणि मातांनो, ज्या मैदानात बाळासाहेबांचे विचार ऐकून लाखो शिवसैनिकांच्या मनात अंगार फुलायचा, त्याच मैदानात आज आदरणीय प्रधानमंत्री मोदीजी यांच्या नेतृत्वाखाली महायुतीचा हुंकार घुमणार आहे. या पवित्र शिवतीर्थावर विश्वनेते, विश्वगुरू आणि आपल्या सगळ्यांचे लाडके प्रधानमंत्री नरेंद्र मोदीजी यांचं मी मुंबईकरांच्या वतीने मनापासून स्वागत करतो. स्वाभिमान का बुलंद नारा है मोदी, दुनिया के आसमान में चमचमता तारा है मोदी. शिवतीर्थावरची ही भव्यता ही आहे महायुती. आणि म्हणून आठवले साहेब आज बसले तिकडे, मगाशी त्यांनी कविता केलेली आहे. शिवसेना प्रमुख बाळासाहेब या शिवतीर्थावरून विचारांचं सोनं वाटायचे. आज मोदीजी इथं विचारांचं सोनं वाटायला आले. म्हणूनच आजचा दिवस आपल्यासाठी दसऱ्यासारखा आहे आणि आपल्याला 23 तारखेला दिवाळी साजरी करायची आहे. फटाके सगळ्यांनी तयार करून ठेवा. छोटे मोठे फटाके नाही, मोठे अॅटम बॉम्ब फोडायचे आहे. मोदीजी काही दिवसापूर्वी मुंबईत येऊन गेले, विकास प्रकल्पांची उद्घाटन आणि शुभारंभ करून गेले. वो तो सिर्फ ट्रेलर था, पिक्चर अभी बाकी है. मोदी जी देश के सर्वोच्च नेता है, लेकिन वो महाराष्ट्र और हमारे फ्रेंड, फिलोसोफर और गाइड भी है. त्यांचं मार्गदर्शन नेहमी, उनके मार्गदर्शन में राज्य सरकार काम कर रहा है. इसलिए महाराष्ट्र आज नंबर 1 पर है, नंबर 1 पर है. मोदी जी ने मुंबई को वर्ल्ड फाइनेंस सेंटर और ग्लोबल फिनटेक कैपिटल बनाने की गारंटी दी है. ये हमारे लिए गर्व की बात है. मोदी जी, हम सब लोग आपसे वादा करते हैं, देश की अर्थव्यवस्था जो $5 ट्रिलियन है, उसमें $1.5 ट्रिलियन की जो योगदान है, ये महाराष्ट्र जरूर देगा. ये हमारी जिम्मेदारी है. आम्ही 2 वर्षापूर्वी विकासाच्या मोदी कार्यात सामील झालो. आम्ही जो मार्ग स्वीकारला त्याची फळं आता महाराष्ट्र चोखताना आपण पाहतोय. आणि महाराष्ट्रामध्ये जी प्रगती सुरू आहे, 2004 ते 2014 या काँग्रेसच्या काळात महाराष्ट्राला केंद्राने 2 लाख कोटी दिले. आता मोदीजींच्या गेल्या 10 वर्षात 2014 ते 24 मध्ये 10 लाख कोटी रुपये दिले. 10 लाख म्हणजे दुप्पट तिप्पट नाही, 5 पट. आणि म्हणून विरोधकांच्या पोटात दुखतंय. आजवर कधी झालं नाही तेवढं काम 2 वर्षात आम्ही महाराष्ट्रात करू शकलो. आणि 2.5 वर्षाच्या ग्रहणातून मुंबईला महाराष्ट्राला आम्ही सोडवण्याचं काम केलं. खरं म्हणजे कारण बंद सम्राटच त्यावेळी मुख्यमंत्री पदावर बसले होते. आजही तुम्ही त्यांची भाषा बघा. आमचं सरकार आल्यावर आम्ही क्लस्टर डेव्हलपमेंट बंद करू, रिफायनरी बंद करू, धारावी बंद करू. अरे काय चालू करणार ते तर सांगा. हा, अब बस हो गया. या बंद सम्राटांना कायमचं घर बंद करायचं वेळ आलेली आहे. आणि महाराष्ट्राने ठरवलेलं आहे. आम्ही जेव्हा 2 वर्षापूर्वी 2.25 वर्षापूर्वी सत्तेत आलो त्यावेळेस पुन्हा आम्ही जे प्रकल्पांना स्टे दिला होता, स्पीड ब्रेकर टाकले होते, ते सगळे काढले आणि सुपरफास्ट काम सुरू केलं. आणि या राज्याला इंडस्ट्री फ्रेंडली स्टेट म्हणून पुन्हा ओळख निर्माण करून दिली. परकीय गुंतवणुकीत आज महाराष्ट्र नंबर 1 ला आहे. उद्योगांसाठी आज महाराष्ट्र फेवरेट डेस्टिनेशन झालंय. लाखो रोजगारांना संधी मिळते. मुंबईचा कोस्टल रोड तर गेम चेंजर आहे. आणि आणखी एक योजना